Hey, what is going on? My fearless friends, Todd Falcone here. Welcome back to another episode. This one, we're going to talk about multiplying your productivity. How do you get more done? How do you be more efficient? How do you compress more activity in and just make more things happen? And I think this is a great subject matter because so often people specifically in the network marketing profession, they're like, they get in and they don't have the time, you know? Because think about it, like anybody who before they got involved in network marketing, their schedule was full. They had their job, their stuff, their whatever was going on, family members, and now they're in this. Now they got to figure out where they're going to squeeze it in, and sometimes that's difficult. So I just want, I don't know how long I'm going to go in this particular episode, but I think it's important for you to just kind of consider some of these things, right? And these are things that I've done personally that have helped me to be more productive, and I can only share from personal experience and say, this has worked for me, and if you do this, I think it'll work for you. So now that's assuming you want to be more productive, right? So I'm guessing that if you are here, you're watching me, you're like, okay, if I could be more productive, that would be great. How do I go about being more productive? And there's a few different directions I'll go on this particular episode. Okay, one, for sure is, and look, I'm not going to list them off in numbers. I don't even know how many numbers I'm going to give you, okay? These are just, bam, coming right out of my head, and I'm going to just bring it to you. I have no notes, nowhere, right? If you wanted to be more productive, okay, what could you do? Well, if you wanted to be more productive, you could sharpen your saw. Many of you guys have followed me for a period of time know I talk about this very regularly. The sharpening of the saw, the sharpening of the skill sets. The more skillful you are, the better the result that you're going to get, right? So don't ignore that. And I know you probably heard that from me, I don't know how many times. So that to me is first thing that I think about. Okay, you want to multiply your productivity. In order for you to be more productive, then if you improve your skills and if you improve how good you are in the marketplace, then it goes to say that you would very likely get better results than somebody who's not good. So that might be something you ought to consider. How much are you spending time improving yourself, improving and sharpening your skill sets, right? That's one thing. Two would be, okay, well, if you have limited time and you need to be more productive, then maybe look at how much time that you invest in each individual prospect, right? So, we don't want to rush through prospects and be too focused on thinking that we need to get the numbers up, and then the quality of the engagement suffers. I've talked about that before, where if you get too focused on the numbers, then what ends up ultimately happening is those individual engagements, they just, it's like, hey, you open note later. Bye. Hey, and it's like you're not even giving the experience a chance to unfold. So you never want to be in too much of a rush. Like if my dad taught me years ago. It's like if you're going to do something right and do it right the first time. So make sure that whatever you're doing, if you're engaging somebody in conversation, that wherever you are, be there. Like you're present enough in the conversation to have the engagement, while at the same time making sure that you're not wasting your time. Because it can be easy to get, chitty-chatty and hanging out and going back and forth, and then it's like all of this time has gone by. And could you have done what you did in lesser time? That's always something to think about. Like, can you get more done in less time? And look, I did in one of my A-team sessions recently, I challenged these people to do something. It's like when we go on vacation on some trip for a couple weeks, and we're leaving on Friday to fly to the tropics, and you're going to be gone for 2 weeks and go into total shutdown mode, think about how efficient you are leading up until that time. Now, you don't have time to dilly-dally. You don't have time to beat around the bush. You got to get this done, kids things, dogs over here. You got to pack. We got to get all these loose ends finished. Got the mail canceled. Get the newspaper canceled. Get whatever, right? You got to do all of that stuff because when you hit vacation, you're gone and you're going to go play, which you should, right? Wherever you are, be there. If you're working, work. If you play, play. And so that's a way of looking at it. Like, what if you spent this week acting as if you're going on vacation tomorrow? Like, what if you treated every single day acting as if you're going on vacation tomorrow? Like, I don't normally share this, but I'll share it with you. Like, the video you're watching of me right now, or the podcast that you're listening to, this is one of probably, by the time today is done, 10 or 12 episodes that will be done in a single day. I could do one episode today and one episode in a week, and then next week but I will literally knock out today 10 or 12 episodes. And I could do it differently, but it's like episode, get the recording done, boom, next episode, next recording, done. Now I've got episodes knocked out for a period of a couple months. Now you know, right? That's how I do most of them. I'll knock out 10 or 12 episodes in a day, and it'll cover me for a couple months. So I just think it's a couple things. Again, working on the sharpening the saw, working on the skills. The more efficient you are, working on how you're spending your time, right? I think that thought process of, okay, I'm going to treat every day as if I'm going on vacation tomorrow. It's a pretty brilliant thought process, because if you can put yourself into that mindset, that framework in your brain, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm leaving tomorrow. I got to get this done. I got to, and we know you're not, right? We know you're not, but you can certainly act as if, right? Why couldn't you just act as if? And again, even going back to the videos or anything else for that matter that I do, when I'm in the office and I'm being productive, I get so much done in a single day. It's mind-boggling for a lot of people. And it's not that I'm better than anybody else or I've got something that you don't. I just choose to get stuff done. It's like project boom, project boom, project boom, project boom, or call. I get a lot of stuff done. I don't dilly-dally a lot, okay? I don't dilly-dally at all, to be honest. So these are things that you could look at if you want to increase your production, increase your productivity. You got to look at how you're doing things, right? I think it also goes down to preparation, right? So if you and there's times where I've talked about prospecting, and there's active prospecting and then there's passive prospecting, right? Active prospecting is when you're sitting at your desk and you're like in prospecting mode. It's like, I'm going through my list, or I'm reaching out to people, and I'm planted, my butt's planted, and I'm getting after it. I'm intentionally growing my business. I'm doing reach outs, I'm doing invites, I'm prospecting, and I don't think I need to expand upon that anymore. I think you guys get it. And then there's passive prospecting, which is basically being in a position where your radar's up, your eyes are open, you're always looking for opportunities that might present themselves. Like maybe somebody smiled at you at the coffee shop and you engage them in conversation rather than eyes down or something like that, which, if you're in a closed state, you may not have the opportunity, but if you're in an open state, that opportunity might present itself for you to say hi, and who knows what that'll lead to, or wherever you might be. It also involves, when I talk about preparation, is I don't ever go anywhere without my stuff. If I'm leaving my house for any period of time, I bring my stuff with me. I'll bring my laptop. I've got my backpack, which is my roving business, which basically has everything I need in my backpack. It's like my miniature office that I travel with. And so if I'm gone for a couple days, or if I'm gone for a few hours, and I know that maybe there might be some downtime, well, I can take advantage of that because I've got my prospect list with me, or I've got whatever resources I need with me to build my business. But if I don't bring it with me, and then I got a free half hour while the kids are playing at the park, and I could have been prospecting, but now I'm not, now I'm minimizing my productivity, right? And I think that's really important for super busy people is to, and you guys have heard this, the crooks and crannies of your day, the 5-minute pocket here, the drive to the post office, the drive across town to the bank, the going to pick up the kids from school, the whatever you're doing. Each one of those little opportunities could be productive opportunities for you if you're prepared. But if you're not prepared, then you're just driving. And you need to be safe while you're driving and all of that. That's important, hands-free, that's critical. But being, like, how do we be more productive? Okay, I dedicate specific time for prospecting. I build power hours into my day. That's 60 minutes, no less, of uninterrupted prospecting time, so you can have some concentrated activity, at least for a window of time. That helps you to be more productive. I don't like, personally, prospecting. I make a call, then 2 hours later I do another reach out, and 4 hours later I do another one. I'd rather sit down and go, just how many can I get done? And plus it puts you into a groove. It makes you more smooth. You're in your flow, or whatever you want to call it, and you just feel better because you're just kind of getting I'm getting into my flow here. This is cool. I've done an hour and a half of prospecting straight. I might even continue this because this feels pretty good, right? But if it's sporadic efforts, I'd rather see people be, give some concentrated time rather than one here and one there. But if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. I mean, one here and one there is progress, which is better than nothing. But again, like just look at, okay, if you wanted to be more efficient at anything, you could increase your skill set related to the activity, increase your mindset related to the activity. The more confidence you have relative to the behavior is going to help you want to do the behavior more. You having and being prepared with your prospect list wherever you go, you dedicating specific time aside, you treating every day as if it's like the most important day, as it's the last day that you could possibly do business. I mean, I think that's a pretty good mindset to get into. That would certainly, I would think, put you into a higher productive state, wouldn't it? So I don't know. I mean, these are some ideas. You can do what you want with it. They're things that I've done to help me be more productive. Hey, it ain't brain surgery. I didn't give you anything. They're like, oh, Todd, that's so hard. I could never do that. You can do it. You got it. Where you at? Are you on my podcast? If you're on my podcast, come over to my website, toddfalcone.com/episode 94. That's today's episode. If you're on YouTube, come over to toddfalcone.com/episode 94. And if you're on my website, thanks for being on the site. Comment, say what's up, hello, fire off a question if you will. Love to hear from you. Do this stuff. Soak in the information, apply it into your business. That's the name of the game. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on another one.